2007 Margaret Brent Award recipient Roxana Collins Bacon. Family is essential to Roxana Bacon. She and her siblings were raised in a noisy Irish home in Northern California, where her parents stressed conversation, community giving, good manners over money, and always the importance of family. Roxy treats the people around her like family. With a welcoming air, she greets and serves the world, and people around her flourish. After a couple of restless years at UC Santa Barbara, Roxy joined the Peace Corps, landing in Chile. Roxy and Maggie, her colleague, set up preschools and staffed them with Spanish-fluent grown-ups from their very poor neighborhood in the isolated Atacama Desert. Roxy also helped Chilean copper miners learn that when they worked cooperatively, their incomes burgeoned. Her view of family broadened, and her political interests grew. Back at UC Berkeley, she met fellow flower child Dean Bacon. They married in '66. Friends call him Saint Dean. Roxy calls him the most grounded person I know. To fund tuition, she worked at a social service agency, where she learned she could do even more good as a lawyer. While at Bolt Hall, she loved her moonlighting job, clerking for Jackson and Hertog's, immigration lawyers. In 1974, the Bacons moved to Phoenix, where Roxy was the first woman lawyer at Jennings, Strauss & Salmon. By year 3, she was a partner, building her thriving immigration practice in the heart of a corporate law firm. There, she met Christy Quaife, her right hand for the next 33 years. In 1986, Roxy, Mike Hawkins, and Don Doughton set up an immigration practice so successful that Brian Cave scooped it up just 2 years later. Roxy's immigration practice quadrupled in revenue during their decade together. Roxy was the first woman on state and federal bar committees, and first woman president of the Arizona State Bar. And she led the first gender-biased task force aimed at a state constitutional amendment to include gender and diversity criteria for merit selection of judges. When she and Diane Deere founded their own firm in 1997, they fashioned a humane, safe, and deeply creative environment in which to practice law. Instead of billable hours, Bacon & Deere focuses on authentic client service, whether paid or pro bono. The firm flourished, 9 workers in 1997 to 150 last year, while revenues jumped from $1 to $20 million, and awards rolled in. Meantime, Roxy set up and funded immigration law clinics at 2 Arizona law schools. Roxy and Diane retired last year, gratified that Bacon & Deere is so successful in building bridges among people and communities and in helping other women up through that new hole in the glass ceiling. This year, Roxy helped found and leads Western Progress, an independent organization dedicated to advancing progressive solutions in the Rocky Mountain West. Now she and Dean travel. She trains and laughs with her triathlon group, and she's a worldwide hiker, biker, and climber. Family is the Bacon's core. Daughters Bree and Emily have grown into women of intelligence, humor, accomplishment, and conscience. They were joined by new sister Reiko, who arrived from Japan as an exchange student 15 years ago and has remained a Bacon ever since. Later, Roma came to the U.S. from Siberia. Now he's a married law student in Vermont and very much a Bacon. Integral to Roxy's radiance is how she defines family. We are honored to be in a professional family that's lit up by her brilliance and warmed by her embrace. With deep pride, the ABA Commission on Women in the Profession presents its 2007 Margaret Brent Women Lawyers of Achievement Award to Roxana Collins Bacon.